I was very surprised at how short the cross-examination of Sarah Boone was. Is this the prosecutor getting frustrated and just being like, I'm done with you now? Is this the strategy to not give her an opportunity to answer and just point out all of her inconsistencies in argument? Just be like, you're going to say what you're going to say. We'll just point out all the differences. I don't know. And we're not going to see until the end. But it felt like somewhere in the middle, they're like, okay, so let me get the timeline straight. You remember this, you don't remember this. It seems very much to me that Sarah Boone does not remember this evening at all, that there was quite a substantial amount of alcohol involved, and that she really doesn't remember and is trying to fill in the gaps based on what was on her phone and what benefits her defense, but that she truly, I think, does not remember that evening. And she kept playing word games with the prosecution, but they could have gone inconsistency by inconsistency. They did not do that. At one point, though, they did pull the suitcase into the well and have Sarah Boone come down into the well to show how much opening she left on the suitcase. If that's contradicted in the video, they're going to point that out during closing and probably leave it for closing. They did not talk about any abuse towards the victim from the defendant in the cross-examination of her, which I found to be surprising. And maybe they will bring in the officers to just testify about what happened, and they're going to use those officers in their rebuttal case and say, yes, we came out this day and this is what we saw between the defendant and the victim, and not give her an opportunity to respond. But I don't know. So we will see what happens in their rebuttal case. I imagine the defense is walking away from court today feeling like this was a huge win. It's really going to boil down to how the jury reads Sarah Boone's demeanor. You could see her demeanor switch at different times on the stand between the topics she was talking about, and then it got very hard to understand words on cross. The word games, like in the interview with detectives, came out. And how much weight the jury will put on her testimony versus how much weight they put on her police interviews is going to depend on them and the rest of this case. The defense has multiple experts. The prosecution has rebuttal experts. And we will see what all comes in at the end of this case.